Now, the TV show responsible for race rows, unlikely celebrity careers and thousands of tabloid headlines is being axed after nearly a decade on the air. Channel 4 has announced that next year's series of Big Brother will not only be the 11th, it will also be the last. Sky's Steve Hargrave reports.
It is the show that's entertained, shocked, bored and annoyed people in equal measure. But today's news that Channel 4 is scrapping Big Brother brings an end to a defining era in British TV. The broadcaster today announced that next year's show will be their last. The time has come, they say, to move on.
This is a purely creative decision. It's not a commercial decision. It's not a political decision. It's not about the press coverage. This is about Channel 4 saying, this is what we want to be. In 2 years' time. We, above all else, want to champion new ideas, new forms of creativity, and not renewing the Big Brother contract is a big part of that plan.
Creative ambitions aside, there's no denying the sight of a gaggle of wannabes sitting around and not doing much has become less appealing to viewers, and they've rapidly switched off. An average of 4.6 million people watched the first series back in the summer of 2000. The highest ratings, though, were for Big Brother 3 with Jade Goody, when an average of 5.3 million people tuned in. Fast forward 7 years to the current series and it has an average of just 2.2 million viewers. Not a total washout, but nowhere near its glory days. So what's gone wrong? Well, some say advertising revenues have simply dropped too low. Others say it's never really recovered from the controversial Shilpa Shetty race row 2 years ago.
Look up to you and be real!
Shut up! I think for all those people who are voyeuristic, this was a legal way of looking into people's lives. But after a point, I think people just got bored of it, and then there were a lot of people aping the other stars who were on the show, and it became more contrived.
Around this table. Right.
Big Brother's always been a love it or hate it kind of show, especially with the sort of people they put in that house. It made a star, of course, of Jade Goody, but even some former contestants say it has lost its way.
After Series 3 of Big Brother, I think the contestants have just been outlandish. They've sat there talking about what magazine deals they're going to get, and I think that upsets the public.
I think that this year has become a bit monotonous in that everyone just wants to be famous. Everyone that goes on there goes in there with a purpose, and they love the fame. They want to be admired.
That's like before I'd probably Sky Plus the show if I was going up, but now if I miss an episode I'm a bit like, oh well, it's not a big deal.
So Big Brother is watching you, but it seems no one's watching Big Brother. But before moral crusaders declare a victory, bear this in mind. The programme's makers Endemol say other broadcasters have already shown an interest, which means it could return, just on a different channel. Steve Hargrave, Sky News.